Hey everybody, Vilisink back again with Raid Shadow Legends. How are you all? How are you doing? Glad to see you again. So in this video, we wanted to do a test on one of my favourite champions, favourite poisoners, one of my favourite epics, and he's really a champion that he's kind of overlooked. I mean, he's got a nice kit, he does really well at what he does, but there's obviously newer champions, the game has evolved on and so forth. So some people might use him, like I use him in my clan boss team. And we'll just jump to that champion and just show you who it is, because we'll look at the champion. We'll tell you a little about the champion, and we'll tell you why we're mentioning and doing a video on him. So basically we have Occult Brawler. Early game, I used this guy to poison the dragon. Just badass. I use him in clan boss, I still do. I've taken him into the Deal Tower, I've taken him through keeps. Basically, as I progressed, I used this champion because he's actually very, very, very good. He's HP based. He's an Ogren Tribes, and let's look at his stats: 20,640 base HP, which is insane. Attack 1100, defense 826. Defense is a bit low, but that's okay. Speed 98. I wish it was just at least 100, just a little bit quicker. It's really, really a shame. Crit rate and crit damage is 15 and 50%. Resist base of 45, which is actually very cool. 0 base accuracy. I'll show you this build. This build is 48,500 HP, 3.3k attack, 115 speed, perfect crit rate, 267 crit damage, and 239 accuracy. Now this is my clan boss, but Occult Brawler. When it was early game, I took him into dungeons, to dragon, to keeps, to poison people, and it was amazing. He was just fantastic. And because I have a clan boss built one, quick look at his kit. So chance of placing a poison debuff for 3 turns in A1. Cool. What's 60%? Cool enough. Curse Seeker is kind of broken when you look at it. So it attacks one enemy. If the champion is under 1 or more debuff, will ignore 30% of enemy's defense. If it's under 2 or more debuffs, enemies killed by the skill cannot be revived, which means he's actually very good for Ice Golem. It's situational, but he can, as well as poison, if he's under 2 debuffs, and you sometimes manually have to control it, you can then select this to block the revival for the adds. If it's under 3 or more debuffs, attack's always critical. If the champion is under 4 or more debuffs, this champion heals by 30%, so he's got an inbuilt lifesteal part of his kit. He's got a cleanse, extra turn, he removes debuffs after that attack. Curse Seeker is quite broken. It's situational, but it's actually quite broken because it does so much. It's got built-in savage, built-in lifesteal, built-in heals, built-in cleanses. It's fantastic. Makes him good in a lot of places. Ruination Ritual is places a 2.5% poison debuff on himself for 4 turns, and also has a 70% chance, I'm sure you can book this out, of placing a 5% poison debuff on a random enemy for 4 turns at the start of each turn. So as well as putting a poison on himself, he puts a poison on the enemy, making him good for a spell or so forth. Now my clan boss build, I use him to poison the clan boss, but I use him for damage as well, which is why his attack is quite good. Good crit rate and so forth. This is the Masteries Retribution Resurgent, which is kind of weird, because he's the stun target, but I think the stun can't be resisted, so that's okay. I don't know why I got Resurgent. It's good for other places. Basically, just damage on the offense tree. This is his build now. There's some broken sets, 1 crit damage set. This is broken, and he has to have X amount of HP. He has to have low defense currently, because what my clan boss lacks is another man eater. But I was thinking, because I've done videos before and you see him, you can hit like 200k on Clan Boss with War Master procs. He's really a bit of a badass. I was thinking, how much damage does he do in dungeons? And just for fun, we're going to rather stupidly waste a little bit of energy. Well, not waste, we're going to test. So we need to take in Stagnite first. Doesn't matter who the defense break is because anybody will be quicker. Because he is built to be the slow boy. And that is my Ultra Nightmare build. If it's 121 speed, I think he goes to 95% crit rate. And maybe 256 crit damage. But it's still a very respectable build. Keeping in mind I have to give him HP. I can't go full attack until I get that monitor. But let's see. We're going to put up decrease defense, decrease attack. Chance to place a poison is under 1 debuff. So if I'm under 1 debuff, it attacks 30% of the enemy's defense. So if that's the case, we're going to ignore your defense. 45, it's not that great. I'll show you in the very end when it comes to made a full team just so he can survive. But what we'll do is we'll take him into a team and we'll try and get some runs on. I think the dragon is quite good. As Golem, he's a good choice, but he's kind of one of the people that you would take into Ice Golem if you kind of never had anybody else. Or if you just really like him. Well, what we're going to do here is going to take in Solid Drakes. We're going to take in, so she's stunned, she's a revive. We need the defense break, which comes with her. We need poison, which is Occult Brawler. Who else does a lot of damage? And we can do a damage check. Because he's definitely a fun champion. There's no getting around it. So we have that. Can we stun? I mean, potentially we can stun, but we might need another poisoner. Let's see. I like Chagur, but he does too much damage. Okay, I got an idea. We'll take Stag. Because, no, we'll actually, we'll go War Maiden, baby. So we've got that. Got some control with Drex. And let's just see with a free-to-play friendly team. And we'll take in Kale. Kale isn't relentless, but it might give us a pretty good comparison. Also want to see not just the poison damage, but how much he can hit for. Because in Clan Boss he does extremely well, so we're going to see how well he does here. She's quick enough, decreased defense. Ruination Ritual. We are at the weak affinity. So yeah, that was a bit silly. Let me quickly change it. Hence why I said we're going to waste some energy. So do we need to go to stage 19? Let's go stage 19. Strong. We'll take Stag in just to make sure everybody is okay affinity. Why you shouldn't do things off the cuff, because you'll forget who the hell you're looking for. And the HP burn, I don't think that makes a difference, because you might not land it. So what we'll do is, we only need that champion there. So let's see, hopefully I have left our Occult Brawler in the team. Let's do a damage check. His stats are quite nice. I want to not just show him off as a poisoner. 81,000, boom, that's what I'm talking about. That's a very respectable number, very respectable. Can we get a few more of them? and ignores 30% of your defense, which is better than Savage. 46,500, which is okay considering he's a HP based debuffer. You can still put out a ton of damage. We have some control here, so we should basically be letting the poisoners have free reign at whatever they want to do. And Occult Brawler can just slap whoever he wants to slap, it doesn't bother me. So Ruination Ritual, he puts the poison on himself. 42,500, still not too bad. Let's get to the dragon. Very interested. You might get a bit overpowered in the dragon. You should still be able to hit respectively well with his masteries. The dragon has higher HP. We're going to get a War Master procs. He puts debuffs on himself as part of his passive, so we're going to get more damage. The dragon is going to have debuffs on him as well, which should give more damage as well. So, come on, give me some nice hits. Because you're far too slow for arena. Show everybody what a DPS Occult Brawler can do. And we're neutral affinity, so yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. Maybe the numbers won't be as consistently high as I thought they would be, but he's building up debuffs. So let's see what he does as part of his passive. I think he might take an extra turn. Removes debuffs, massive cleanse, takes an extra turn, which is really nice. As an early game poisoner, you cannot go wrong with a Occult Brawler. You absolutely cannot go wrong with a Occult Brawler. We may do a run on Ice Golem. We'll see, but I think the damage realistically, what you're going to see is kind of the same here. Arena, as stated, is just far too slow. And it's still, if he never had killing Nethril, would have got some more damage, but he basically, Nethril having a triple poison hit on his A1, relentless kill. Occult Brawler was able to hang with him, do more damage than Stag Knight, and pretty much perform respectively well. I think we were at 19. I think we're going to just go 21. Because she should still be good affinity, and I really want to show him off. Really want to have fun with this champion. If you have a Occult Brawler, you should definitely think about using him if you're trying to progress through dungeons, any dungeon realistically, apart from Fire Knight, because it has its certain certain characteristics that he needs to fulfill. If you've got a multi-hitter, then he could be there to throw some poisons, depending on your roster. But as Golem, I mean, early game Spider, realistically, very early game, all you need is damage. You could potentially have him there. Most of the keeps he's going to be good. Arena is, I mean, there are probably better poisoners in Arena, but his A2 is kind of broken. It's ridiculous the fact he can cleanse and has built-in Savage, built-in lifesteal, built-in heals, extra turns. Absolutely insane. And not a lot of people talk about it. Guess what will happen is you're going to get a different poisoner, and he'll kind of go to the side. But Occult Brawler for me, as soon as I got him as a 4-star, and I believe I got him the same time roughly as I got Miscreated Monster, I knew for a fact they were going to be 6-star champions, and within like 2-3 days I made like 10 chickens because I was committed to the cause. So we've got some free to play, apart from Nethril. Nethril is my very first legendary champion. So let's see, can we get some? We're going to get a little bit of a Savage Slap in a minute. It's under 1 debuff, unless he applies a second one. Let's see, Occult Brawler. You are slow, that's the only thing. So 32,000, so you can hit really well though. If you can get 80, 90,000 in dungeons, I mean, there's for a debuffer, it's really, really good. And he isn't necessarily built for where he is. He's far too slow at 115 speed. But that is for 8 to 8 block revive. Booyah! That's why you can take him into Ice Golem early game. I've done it. I mean, the block revive, it will happen now and again. It's not going to happen consistently because it's not just exactly what his A2 does. But there is a mechanic for the block revive in there. So let's see, we should be applying poisons now. Nethril and Occult Brawler are having a competition. So 32,000 and a 46,000 proc. I'll rip off some poison damage, throw up a HP burn. Decrease your defense, decrease your attack. Again, 33,000, a nice proc for 45,000. He's hanging with Nethril in a Relentless built Kale. And the Relentless built Kale is almost double his speed. I think Nethril is pretty much close to double his speed as well. So it's pretty insane that as a slow DPS for a clan boss, he still has uses in dungeons. He can hit quite hard, that's what I wanted to show. Hard enough. And his kit is quite broken. I'm still a massive fan of that A2. I like the fact that it's got so many different mechanics about it that it's so overlooked. We can get a consistent 35k hits on the waves. We're getting like 70, 80. Still not the worst. He's still throwing up some very respectable damage considering Nethril is just a fantastic. He's got more poisons, but because of the extra turns from Occult Brawler and the passive that puts up a poison, he was able to do pretty much the same, close to the same damage as a legendary top tier poisoner / CC champion, which is ridiculous to me. Absolutely ridiculous. So we might end it there. But what we could do is maybe we need to check what affinity clan boss is, because I haven't done clan boss yet. And let's see, so what affinity, so it's force affinity. So this is going to work or the stun will go to the wrong place. So what we need to do is, I can't, okay, never mind guys, can't use them in force. I use my dwarf in force clan boss, but we'll have a different video where we look at Doom Tower because I'm yet to do that also, and I'm closing in on the skin for Kale, so if that's successful I'll show you the team I used, the stage I farmed, and the gear. But that's pretty much it. We'll jump back to the champion just to show you the build and the stats. And oh, is that a pop-up? You're trying to sell me something? Because I'm not buying it. We have somebody that if you get early, mid, and I'm late game I would say, and I use him in clan boss and he still does a crap load of damage. This is his stats, this is his build. He's 121 for Nightmare at like 95% crit, I'm sure it is, or like 90% crit. And when he loses like 10% crit damage. But that is a Occult Brawler. He's a proper top tier poisoner. He's also really good for just straight up damage. When we have the correct affinity, I'll do a clan boss run and we'll go through just how hard he can actually hit the clan boss. He can hit for 150, 200k. Kinda the same realm as my monitor can. So guys, that's going to do it for this one. That is the DPS Occult Brawler running through dungeons showing just how good his kit is and his utility. And if you have an Occult Brawler, don't forget about him. Take him out, have some fun, and let me know how you get on. But most importantly, stay safe, keep on reading. I'll see you soon.